awesome. So guys, big announcement. All right. Big news. The contextual study guide of scripture that I've been working on, I've been talking about. You saw the intro. We just came in. I want to give you guys some big, wonderful news and announcement that we've actually had a member of our audience. He's a brother that's been watching us for a while. He's from the UK. He reached out to me recently and he asked if he could help. He's actually a professional graphic designer for a company. And he asked if he could help make some touch-ups, right? Well, because he saw my contextual study guide of scripture that I was making on PowerPoint, right, which is not a professional program for this type of project. And as I announced with the beginning of the launch of this project, that I was going to compile it all there, and then I was more than likely going to have to, when I get to actual professional publishing, they're going to have to make some tweaks because there was so much color involved, but that was just the best way that I could come up with what I was trying to communicate, right? Well, thankfully, the Father has given each person his own gifting. And Tom, I don't know if he's watching tonight. He'd probably already in bed actually at this time, but he's a part of our audience. He actually is the gentleman that's helping me, and he is just a talented brother. He's helped me in a variety of ways. He makes it look professional, and it's going to be ready to print in a very easy way. I can make changes across the entire 80 plus books in a heartbeat, which is really good for editing in the future. That way, Lord willing, guys, it may not take me a year to get this done. He's actually going to be helping me doing some of the transitioning of what I've already created into the new formatting to try to expedite the process. So guys, this is super, super nice. Here is the new logo that he designed for us to be a part of, like, the front page, if you will, of this study guide. So here is the new layout for the study guide. It's not as busy. It looks much more professional. It's compatible with Mac and also PC, whereas my other PowerPoints, if you had a Mac, people were having trouble on Patreon viewing it. And so this is actually much clearer, much simpler. You've got your main text on the left-hand side, as you can see the words of First Enoch there. And then you've got the center column is where I actually explain the context, and the main text will be color-coded with the little segments of context being explained in the secondary middle column. And then on the right-hand side are the supporting scriptures that will also be color-coded to line up with the actual main text and the context commentary that's in the center. And guys, if you remember, this was the beginning of, like, this is what it looked like, when you're going through it in my design, which was not professional. I'll just be honest, guys. I was doing the best I could, but this is not my forte, right? I'm the word nerd. I don't profess to be a graphic designer. So the way it's laid out with its dimensions, the way that it didn't have enough margins, the whole list of issues with it. So thankfully, Lord brought us some wonderful help to getting this not only accomplished, but faster, and putting us in a greater position when we do go to publishers to negotiate deals as far as how much work needs to be done for printing. And Lord willing, this will even drive the cost down of actual publication and printing. So super excited, guys. I just want to share the joy with you because this is something that we're working on constantly, but this is a huge project with doing 80 plus books and compiling them all together and trying to have them all organized according to their context. And of course, at the bottom of each slide, here's the best, we're not forgetting the 10 easy ways to find context. So that's going to be at the bottom of each slide. That way you can see the little color-coded bullets that'll be put into the main text on the left-hand side. So you can have a quick reference on every single page of that literary way to find context. In addition to me writing my own grammatical commentary upon the color-coded segments. So that way you guys can flip through it real quick and just look for, there's the green, there's the purple, there's the blue, there's the light blue, which is the creation. If you want all the dark blue, that's going to be the Torah. All the different things that are on my context tree that are just these big parts of themes of context that are repeated over and over and over and over in all these different books of the Bible that helps you get to skim through it and just line up the colors. And it's a huge help. And he's actually allowed me to work with the actual template itself. I can just start preloading all the new graphics or the new pieces of text and just get it done super fast. So good news, guys. A lot less color, a lot less ink, as the prodigal son's talking about, and that way it's going to drive the cost of printing down dramatically. Don't get me wrong. This can look pretty, but then there's some pages where it doesn't look pretty. You know what I mean? Like when you have the Nephilim, it's just gray, and then the blue Torah, and all these colors. There was a lot going on in the other design. So this new design, guys, it's simplified. You've got, and oh, by the way, I didn't have the color context here at the bottom for the supporting verses. So with this new layout, you actually are going to get on the right-hand side, the third column, color-coded segments as well to show you which of those supporting verses is lining up to the main text on the left-hand side. So that way, you guys, you can just, run through it and be as fast as possible. And all right, Taki, that's something that's still in the works for study and development as far as what specific translation is going to be used. This is because we have to work with copyright and different things like that. So that's still a part of the project that we may have to get licensing to a specific, or just find one that is open domain. But we'll announce that, I guess, at a later time. Ultimately, that's the best part of the whole idea of the context, is that it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter, guys, what the specific, it's not going to be a make or break based upon the specific translation, because I get to explain all the stuff that you guys hear me do when I break down the text and we look at various translations when we do our shows. I get to put this in the actual book, right? I get to explain in the context explained areas, the commentary, that if there is an issue with a translator insertion or a text that's widely misunderstood, I get to actually take a moment to explain it to you. So as you're going through it, you can have an instant explanation. Same thing with any of the bullet points of literary context I put in there, because one of them are there translator insertions, right? So then I can go in there to the best of my knowledge, depending on the text that I have, and I can compare. This is part of my research for this. I compare the manuscripts and see what is an insertion that is causing confusion and possibly, making it harder for people to understand. Therefore, okay, well, what's the overall context of the passage talking about? That's, for one, that helps us weed through and notice if there's a biased translator insertion, versus I actually get to address that directly in the context explained areas, and also supplementary verses to show. And here's also expounding upon this idea that seems kind of tricky to read. So like in maybe one of Paul's letters. So this is why you guys have already seen, like I had on screen here, I've already got Romans that we're doing as well to release with these other books, with the other books of Enoch, Jubilees, and Genesis. But so yeah, I've just right now just let everybody know, and I'll probably make another post for Patreon, all my Patreon members, just to show them the updates and let them know that, hey guys, this is coming. It's just we're trying to, we're still in the development stages to make sure it's professional, keep our costs down, get to a place where we can get it published easily, widely available for folks, both physically and digitally, right? That way it can go to an e-reader if needed as well. So good things are happening, and we just want to give a big shout out to Tom, who's helped making it a reality.